Hey guys, welcome back to FedEx Gaming's Redstone Tutorials. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how to build my pop-up armor, pop-up weapons, pop-up enemies, you know, all that stuff that can possibly pop up out of dispensers. So I got 4 designs right here. They are all the same exact design, but they all do something different. So first one's gonna be our pop-up armor. So we just click this button, the block goes down, and our armor pops up right here. Now we have all our armor here. We have the helmet, the boots, the chest plate, all the good stuff. So then we come over here, and here we have some pop-up enemies. Now, they're gonna set on fire and die, and also spiders tend to not work with this. They will pop up from time to time, but they tend to stick to the wall and just get suffocated in the block and die. But we click this button, our enemies come out and they pop up, and we got a skeleton here, a creeper, and a zombie. Of course, those two are on fire and they're gonna die, and the spider is probably stuck in there and he's probably yep, he died. And the last, no, we actually have 2 more. This one is actually a pop-up skeleton turret. Now, I actually saw this one on Mumbo Jumbo's channel, but he never did a tutorial for it. He had like a bunch of turrets put together, and a lot of people were asking for a tutorial on this, so I just want to show you guys that you can make a pop-up skeleton turret with this one as well. So you just click the button, and some skeletons pop up. We got 4 skeletons in there. They cannot be set on fire, and they could shoot people like in a mini game or something like that, something fun. And then also here we go, we have a pop-up weapons and armor and stuff like, well, not armor, weapons and tools. So, you know, like pickaxe, bow, sword, all that good stuff. So we click the button, and there they are. Pick them all up. Sword, infinity bow, pickaxe, and a axe. So it's not a very hard build, guys. It's not too hard. So let's just start building the pop-up everything. Alright guys, so for this build we're going to need a 4x4 spacing, and we're also going to have to dig down at least 6. For this build we're going to need our input block, which is red wool, some blocks to put our redstone down on. We're also going to need 2 sticky pistons, 5 redstone repeaters, a handful of redstone. Now you don't need a handful, all you need is about 10 redstone, but most of you should have a handful by now. And we're also going to need 7 redstone torches, some blocks of choice. I'm also going to be using my black wool just for my double piston. I mean, you can make it flush and make it so no one can see it if you really want to. It doesn't really matter. We're also going to need a button, 4 dispensers, and a slab. So let me get the button out, and you know what? I'm just gonna, get rid of the black wools. I'm just gonna keep it completely hidden. I'm gonna make it hidden. So once you got your 4x4 spacing and you've dug down your 6, you're gonna come to the bottom left-hand side. And actually, let me get rid of this. You know you need to dig down at least 6. I'll leave 1 block here just so you know it's the bottom left-hand corner. So come to your bottom left-hand corner and just count up 1 block, 1, and then put 3 blocks here. So 1, 2, 3 like that. Put dust on the first block closest to the left, and then put 2 repeaters on 1 tick delay coming out of that dust. Next, what we're going to do is put our input block right above this dust with our button on it. And I'll show you how to extend it out later, but right now we can get rid of this stuff because we don't need it anymore. There we go. So this is going to be our input. As you can see, the repeaters come on. Next, what we're going to do is put a torch right behind our input. So when I click this button, the torch should go off. Put a block right above the torch. And then put a slab upside down coming out of this torch like this. There we go. So it should look something like that. And then put dust on top of the slab. So now if I click the button, that dust should go off. Next, what we're going to do is come onto the inside right here. And we're going to go 1 block up and then put 2 sticky pistons facing upwards. The top sticky piston should extend up due to the dust. And then we're going to put our block of choice right on top of it. Next, we're going to put a block up in front of this 1 tick delay repeater right here. Delete the block underneath it and put dust. And then dust on top as well. Now these 2 are going to connect together. We do not want this, so what you're going to do is put a block right above it, disconnecting the 2. Next, we're going to put a block up from the dust. As you see, it's up from the dust. And then over and next to the slab, we're going to put a repeater coming out of this block, set it to 1 tick delay. Put a block up in front of it, a block down, and dust right here. And then actually delete these 2. They're not needed. I mean, you could keep them there, but they're not needed. Next, what we're going to do is come back down over here to where this dust is all the way at the bottom. And we're going to put a repeater coming out of the dust set to 4 ticks delay. And right above our 4 tick delay repeater, we're going to put a torch on this block that has the dust on it. Put a block in front of your 4 tick with dust on top of it. And then on the inside, we're going to put a torch coming out of this block. The torch should go off. This will create a monostable circuit. Next, we're going to put a block up right on top of this off torch with dust. Now, we do not want these 2 connecting, so just put a block right here to disconnect them, and that will create a monostable circuit, and that's our whole double piston extension. So if we come back over to the beginning where our input is, and we click the button, it should fix itself. So there we go. It extends up, and it extends down. It extends up, and it retracts. It extends up, and it retracts. Beautiful. So now all we have to do is put it in our dispensers. So actually, let me get rid of this, and we'll choose a different color just for our dispensers. It's not really that big of a redstone going in for the dispensers, but I like to do it anyway. So actually, let's just put our 4 dispensers around the whole thing. So what I like to do to get my dispensers in is literally just make a pretty much a 3 by 3 spacing all the way around. We're going to delete these blocks, but I just do this to get those dispensers in. There we go. So just put your dispensers all the way around. So one goes here, one goes here, one goes here, and one goes here. Make sure they're all facing inwards. Make sure they are all facing inwards, because if you have it facing off to the side, then you're just going to lose your item, or the enemy, like if you put little enemies in there, they're going to get stuck and just die in there. So make sure they're all facing inwards. Beautiful. Next, what we're going to do is just come back over here where you can see your input, and we're going to go to the left-hand side where this off torch is, and we're going to come down a block from the dust, put a repeater here on 4 ticks delay, put a block up in front of the repeater, a torch on top of the block, a block on top of the torch, and then a torch going to the side next to your dispensers with a block on top of the torch, and that will control these 2 dispensers right here. And to get these 2 dispensers controlled, just put a torch right up on top of this block coming out from the dust, put a block on top of it, and then a torch to the side, and then this torch will control these 2 dispensers right here, and you're done. That's it. So now literally all you have to do is like pick whatever you want in here. I'm gonna put, let's see, I'm just gonna put armor in there. So I'm just gonna put some armor in here. You know, I'll put 2 things of armor in each one. So 2 helmets in this one, 2 chest paddles in this one, plates, 2 leggings, and 2 booties in this one. There we go. And then of course we want to clean it up as well. So, you know, we just put around some blocks here so you can't see any of the redstone. So now if I click this button down here, there's all my armor, and it all pops up, and I get it all. And there you guys go. So now if you want to extend the button, of course, all you have to do is delete the button. And actually, let me take out some, let me use yellow wool. There we go. Let's just use some yellow wool, and we're gonna need some extra repeaters and dust for this. So just get, you know, your repeaters out, some dust, and a button. So all you have to do is come out from where your input block is like this, put a repeater going into the input block, and then just bring it wherever you want. So let's say I just want to bring it up to there. So you know what, let's just go like this. I'm just gonna make a nice little ladder all the way up like this. There we go. And we're just gonna put some dust like this. Bop, 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 bop. Put a block here with a button. Where's my button? There it is. So now if I click it over here, drops down, all my armor pops out, and I get it all. And there you guys go. That's how you build my pop-up armor, pop-up enemies, pop-up weapons, pop-up whatever you want. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe to stay tuned with my newest videos. All right, guys. Peace.